Through a statewide network of educators, Kansas State Research and Extension provides practical, trustworthy information, skills, and assets to help the communities, businesses, families, and individuals of all ages improve quality of life, solve problems, and make a positive difference. In the Post Rock Extension District, we serve North Central Kansas, and we have offices in Beloit, Lincoln, Mankato, Osborne, and Smith Center.
Hi, Post Rock Extension District. I'm Nora Rhoades, your district director, and I just wanted to catch up with you during this beautiful spring week and to provide you some extension updates that may be of interest to you. I know that we are all doing our best to stay connected and find the good and the blessings in our life while staying home and being quarantined and out of our normal routines is a bit stressful, and we've been doing it for a while, and so it's just something that I think we're all looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, while also wanting to do our part to protect the health and wellness of our communities and neighbors. I was talking to some professionals earlier this week about this same stress because we are living it just like you are living it, and one of my peer professionals explained to me that she prefers to use the language of physical distancing versus social distancing because we are in many ways connecting with each other more than ever, even though we are not doing so in a face-to-face, in-person experience. So social distancing may not be, in her opinion, the accurate terminology for what we are practicing because we are socially connecting. We are just not doing it with physical togetherness. And so I brought that thought process into some other conversations I was having this week with some professionals. And I started asking, how are we staying connected and how can we stay connected, especially when we think about our older populations in our communities, our older friends, our older family members, because those individuals have been asked to take special considerations to protect themselves as they have been identified as one of the more vulnerable coronavirus targets. So I met up with Sara Grout, and she's a therapist who works in the Post Rock Extension District region in Mitchell County. And I asked her some of these questions, and she gave me some great ideas about how to stay connected and how to show support and encouragement for each other throughout this challenging time. Take a look. So as you have been interacting through telehealth, what are those main concerns during the pandemic that you've been hearing?
Well, many of the patients here are in nursing homes. And so in some ways that has been a really good arrangement, a safe arrangement for them because we know their physical needs are being cared for. We know they're getting enough food, they're getting balanced meals, they're getting the medical care that they need, and we know that they're safe in a confinement pretty much. The nursing home staff are also going above and beyond to try to meet some of those emotional needs that are maybe they're not trained to meet or are more difficult to meet. But at the end of the day, most of my patients miss their families. They miss the social interactions with people that they used to interact with. They miss that connection. So even though the staff are doing great jobs trying to be creative and meet some of those needs, they really miss their support systems.
In what ways are you witnessing these support systems, trying to make the best of the situation to connect?
Well, I love to see the increase in phone calls and attempts to reach out virtually. I have patients who are learning about Skype and Zoom and FaceTime for the first time and how exciting it is for them to have that connection with a loved one virtually. Those that are receiving that, it's exciting to watch. It's exciting to hear them talk about those connections. And some families have even gotten really creative and had like family meetings on Zoom and things like that with with their older family members, which has been really neat. Unfortunately, not all of my patients are in that kind of a situation. So there is still a lot of loneliness for some of them.
Yeah. So if you have a family and family members who are willing to take that step, that's great. But if you don't feel like you have those connectors, you're feeling even more isolated. So if I was with a family or with a youth group in the community who really wanted to connect with older adults, what's a way that, we who are not in those nursing homes, who are not able to go into the home of an older adult, could provide some friendliness into those spaces?
I'm glad you're asking. I think there's a lot of good people out there that would love to jump in and fill in some of those gaps, but don't know how to do that. There's probably the best way to start is to start calling nursing homes or start calling around in your community. There are older citizens that are at home alone and equally lonely and isolated. So making that connection first, adopt a grandparent. I've encouraged families to find ways to incorporate this intergenerational work in their schoolwork with their kids. This is a great opportunity to teach them other skills, and even finding someone to be a pen pal with. Having your kids be a pen pal with an older adult is a wonderful experience for both of them. When my patients get mail, whether it's a card or a picture or a drawing from a younger kid, it brightens their day. It is very exciting when the mailman comes around and has something for them. So something simple like sending a card every day. I've seen people get really creative and do things like, I don't know if you're familiar with Flat Stanley. Do you know Flat Stanley?
Yep.
So I've seen a family create a flat grandma. And this picture of grandma does their daily routines with them. Everything from sitting down at the dinner table to playing a family game. There's grandma there too, and they're taking pictures of it and they send it back to grandma, and grandma gets to see what flat grandma did all week. It's a wonderful way to bridge that not having the connection, both for the kids and for the grandmother. So there's a lot of creative ways to connect. Some don't have to be as elaborate as that. Something like a quick game online can really make a connection. And there's a lot of games that kids and older people can play online with little to no props, and not a lot of coordinating. One of our favorite games in group is we play categories. We have different categories. We pick a letter. We try to come up with words with that letter, and we compare them. It's quick. It's easy. It makes connections. So there's a variety of ways to connect, but it takes some initiative.
Yeah, that's great. We actually are trying this concept. We're having a flat 4-H friend for the kids to take a 4-H member with them this summer because we can't go to 4-H camp and connect that way. So I think that whole Flat Stanley concept has really gone above and beyond during the pandemic. So I want to invite you to meet my flat 4-H friend. I think my conversation with Sara really rolls well into ways that we can connect creatively. And our post-rock district 4-Hers are doing that same thing as they get innovative and persevere through this challenging time, but they still live out the 4-H mission. They are still learning by doing. They are still using their heads, their hands, their hearts, and their health to make a difference. So this is my friend Marie. And Marie is my adventure buddy throughout the spring and summer as I engage with 4-H members across the Extension District to learn and see how they are making a difference. We have a 4-H member named Morgan who really took it above and beyond to teach and share her knowledge with her peer 4-H members in her club. And she's expanded that to the post-rock district using her innovation and creativity to really make a difference and continue to learn. And I want to share Morgan's spark with you today.
I've been in 4-H for 6 years. My favorite project is the visual arts, which is what I will be talking about today. I mostly pencil draw and pastels. Some examples of my pencil drawing are this one, which is a Bella issues, and this one, which is Pluto from Mickey Mouse. An example of pastel drawings that I do are this one. And I was going to do a workshop for my club in March. That was not possible because of the coronavirus. Originally, I was going to use these canvases that are sectioned off for the kids to draw on. I have these two pictures that I'm going to draw that I was going to have them draw. I will be drawing this one for you today. And I will also talk about the elements of design.
So Post-Rock District 4-Hers, head on over to our virtual engagement space on Facebook. We have a private Facebook group for active 4-H members and families called the PRD 4-H Insider Experience. And Morgan's entire project talk is going to be featured there. And grab a piece of paper and learn along with her. It is a great learning experience. I learned so much just getting ready for today and talking to Morgan throughout this process. And I know you will learn as well. We are excited to continue to learn and grow with our 4-H members. And we just want to say thank you to our volunteers who continue to help our 4-H members and families think outside the box, because we can definitely live out the 4-H mission through virtual and distance learning methods. And I think it's going to make us stronger as youth, as leaders and communities when we look back on this experience. We have a lot of other exciting things happening in the Post-Rock District. Sandra Wick, our crop production agent, has continued to stay in the know across the district as far as what the producer needs are and what the ag business needs are. And she's been checking in on the different crops and happenings in each of our 5 counties. Sandra has been making a point to share those resources and updates with our producers through her listserv, through the website, and also by going live on Facebook regularly. And she's going to be doing that tomorrow on Thursday. She's going to be providing a Post-Rock District ag update to our producers and business owners so that you can continue to make informed decisions for your farms, for your families, and for your businesses. So do pop in tomorrow on Facebook, and if you can't watch it live, you can always rewatch the video and update, or you can give Sandra a call at any of our local extension offices. We know many of you are also in the dirt and working in your lawns and gardens. The spring weather has been wonderful here. We are hoping for some moisture in most of the areas across the district, but we will not wish away the sunshine. Cassie, our horticulture agent, Cassie Holman, our horticulture agent, is preparing to bring some horticulture educational updates to you from the comfort of your home. You can watch these updates in your garden, actually, and she's going to provide you ways to keep your lawns, plants, and produce gardens looking great. So you can go to the Post-Rock District Facebook page and find the event information. Make sure you register. For security reasons, we do want to provide some precautions for your safety and ours to engage in that virtual environment. However, if you can't engage with Cassie and her horticulture team virtually in the live environment, those resources will be available to you to rewatch and to access afterwards. So do reach out to Cassie and get all the latest horticulture updates as you make the most of this spring opportunity. I know we're really using, in a lot of ways, horticulture as a way to provide entertainment, self-care, and to put trustworthy food on our table right now. And I think those skills and the knowledge that you gain are things that you can carry into the future to improve your quality of life. Now, speaking of the sun and beautiful weather, Ashley, our health, nutrition, and food safety agent, has been doing a wonderful job engaging our Walk Kansas participants. Exercising is one thing not been canceled throughout the COVID pandemic. Ashley's been encouraging us to use physical activity, exercise, eating healthy, drinking plenty of water as self-care strategies so that we can live, we can work, and we can play in this high-stress time without sacrificing our bodies and our mental health. Today is Walk at Lunch Day. So Ashley's challenge to the Post-Rock District today is to take your working lunch hour or your studying lunch hour and make it a walking lunch hour. I'm looking out my window as I'm talking to you right now, and the sun is up. If you have a pet or a family member that you live with, it's a great opportunity to get out and get some exercise. And even though you can't physically be with all of your friends and family right now, you can wave to your neighbors safely, and you can take in the sights and sounds of North Central Kansas. So I have my Walk Kansas gear on today. I've got my sneakers on, and Post-Rock District, I'm going to head out, get myself some exercise, because if I don't take care of myself, I can't serve you, and I am committed to serving you, and so is the rest of our Post-Rock District team, to the best of our ability. Until next time, Post-Rock District, we'll see you later.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Post-Rock Adventures. We will continue to help our difference makers thrive in Jewell, Lincoln, Mitchell, Osborne, and Smith counties in North Central Kansas. Until next time.